Ever wondered what the worst places to visit in the world are? Buckle up because today we're taking a journey through the top 10. Now don't get us wrong, these aren't necessarily the most dangerous spots on the globe. Instead, they're places that, for one reason or another, rank as the least pleasant for the average traveler. Whether it's due to extreme climates, inhospitable environments, or simply poor tourist infrastructure, these locations certainly present their challenges. Starting off with number 10, brace yourself for the unexpected. At number 10, we've got the hauntingly empty ghost town of Pripyat, Ukraine. Once a bustling city home to nearly 50,000 residents, Pripyat now stands as a chilling testament to the catastrophic nuclear disaster at Chernobyl in 1986. The city was evacuated in a hurry, leaving behind a snapshot of life frozen in time. Decades later, Pripyat remains uninhabited and off-limits, its buildings crumbling and nature slowly reclaiming the land. The city's amusement park, with its rusting Ferris wheel, has become an iconic symbol of the disaster. But Pripyat's eeriness is not its only deterrent. The area still carries a high level of radioactivity, making it a hazardous destination for the unprepared. Visitors need special permission to enter, and even then, they are cautioned not to touch anything or sit down due to the risk of radioactive contamination. So unless you're a fan of eerie silence and Geiger counters, Pripyat might not be your ideal vacation spot. Coming in at number 9, we have the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Imagine a floating island, but instead of lush greenery and exotic wildlife, it's a sea of garbage. And not just any garbage. This is the largest accumulation of ocean plastic in the world. Spanning an area twice the size of Texas, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a stark reminder of humanity's impact on the environment. The sight alone is enough to turn your stomach, but the smell? Oh boy, the smell. It's a cocktail of rotting waste, decomposing organic matter, and chemicals that's sure to make even the strongest stomachs churn. This isn't your typical beach vacation. It's a harsh reality check, a visual and olfactory assault that drives home the urgent need for change. So, if you're looking for a getaway, this isn't it. Not exactly the kind of sea of plastic you'd want to sail on, right? At number 8, we're headed to the coldest inhabited place on Earth, Oymyakon, Russia. Now, if you thought your winter was harsh, let me tell you, Oymyakon is in a league of its own. We're talking about temperatures dropping below -50 degrees Celsius. That's right, -50. It's so cold that cars don't start and electronics fail. Imagine stepping outside and feeling your eyelashes freeze within seconds. The bitter cold is so extreme that it's not just uncomfortable, it's downright dangerous. Moreover, the lack of activities adds to the misery of this icy abyss. The town is remote with limited tourist facilities, and outdoor activities are nearly non-existent, unless you count trying to avoid frostbite as a fun pastime. So unless you're a polar bear or an ice queen, Oymyakon, with its bone-chilling cold and lack of entertainment, is best left off your travel bucket list. Number 7 takes us to one of the most toxic bodies of water in the world, Lake Karachay, Russia. This seemingly tranquil lake holds a deadly secret. It's one of the most radioactive places on Earth. The story of Lake Karachay is a chilling tale of human folly. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union used the lake as a dumping ground for radioactive waste. Over the years, the lake has accumulated an unimaginable amount of radiation, so much so that standing near it for just an hour could be lethal. Its deadly nature is masked by its deceptive beauty. The serene blue waters and the picturesque surroundings lure unsuspecting visitors. But beneath its calm surface, the lake is a radioactive time bomb. This makes Lake Karachay a terrible place to visit. It's a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of human actions on our environment. Remember, not all that glitters is gold, or in this case, not all that is serene is safe. At number 6, we have the beautiful but deadly North Sentinel Island, India. This tropical paradise, shrouded in mystery, is home to an indigenous tribe that has remained largely untouched by modern civilization. The Sentinelese people fiercely protect their isolation, making this an extraordinarily dangerous destination for the curious traveler. Despite its stunning beaches and lush greenery, the North Sentinel Island is a no-go zone for tourists. The Sentinelese are known to attack outsiders on sight, and there are no diplomatic channels or means of peaceful contact. This lack of communication has sadly resulted in fatal encounters, making this paradise a deadly trap for any who dare to intrude. In addition, the Indian government strictly prohibits visitors to the island to protect the tribe's vulnerability to diseases. The isolation of the tribe has left them with no immunity to common illnesses, which could be catastrophic. So if you value your life, maybe give this paradise a miss. Number 5 is the creepy Aokigahara Forest, Japan. An eerie silence blankets this vast, dense forest, swallowing any semblance of cheerfulness. Known as the Sea of Trees, it's infamous for a chilling reason. It's a notorious suicide spot. The forest's reputation is so grim that local authorities have placed signs urging people to think of their families and contact a suicide prevention hotline. Walking through Aokigahara, you're likely to stumble upon abandoned possessions or worse, reminders of the lives lost in its depths. The dense foliage blocks out most sunlight, creating an atmosphere of perpetual twilight and unending darkness. The forest's unusual quietness can be unsettling. It's rumored that even compasses don't work correctly due to the rich magnetic iron deposits in the volcanic soil. Why visit a place filled with such sorrow and gloom? Aokigahara's natural beauty is overshadowed by its haunting reputation. If you're looking for peace and tranquility, this forest might just give you more than you bargained for. At number 4, we're turning up the heat with Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. This spot is not for the faint-hearted. Picture this. You're standing in one of the hottest places on Earth, where temperatures routinely soar past 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The landscape is a surreal vision of lava lakes, multicolored hydrothermal fields, and giant salt pans. Sounds like a sci-fi movie set, doesn't it? But it's real, and it's a harsh reality for the Afar people who call this place home. They endure extreme living conditions, mining salt by hand and transporting it across the desert on camels. As a travel destination, it's a nightmare. The intense heat, lack of water, and remote location make it a challenging and dangerous place to visit. Unless you're a fan of sauna-like temperatures, you might want to stay clear of this one. Number 3 brings us to the world's most dangerous hike, Mount Huashan, China. This sky-high mountain boasts a reputation for its death-defying hiking paths, where a single misstep could spell disaster. The trails are narrow, winding, and often only a plank's width, clinging to the sheer cliff face. The absence of safety measures is truly astounding. There are no guardrails, no safety nets, just a simple chain bolted into the mountain to hold on to. It's a place where your life truly hangs in the balance. But why is it a bad place to visit? Well, apart from the obvious risk of falling, the sheer physical exertion can be overwhelming. It's a grueling test of endurance, strength, and nerve. And let's not forget about altitude sickness, which can hit even the most seasoned hikers. If you've got a fear of heights, this place is definitely not for you. At number 2, we have the deadly peak of Annapurna, Nepal. Annapurna, a name that resonates with danger and excitement among the mountaineering community, isn't your typical holiday destination. It's a deadly siren, singing its lethal song to those who dare to climb its treacherous slopes. While Everest often steals the spotlight as the tallest mountain, Annapurna holds a more ominous title, the mountain with the highest fatality rate among climbers. For every 3 adventurers who attempt its formidable peak, 1 doesn't make it back. It's a chilling statistic that underscores the mountain's lethal allure. The weather on Annapurna is as unpredictable as it is brutal. Sudden storms can whip up without warning, turning the already treacherous slopes into icy death traps. Avalanches are a common occurrence, burying unfortunate climbers under tons of snow and rock. But the question lingers, why would anyone visit such a place? The answer lies in the thrill of the challenge, the allure of conquering one of the world's deadliest peaks. It's a place where human beings test their limits against nature's raw power and unforgiving terrain. Yet, for the average traveler, Annapurna's deadly peak is far from an ideal destination. It's a place of breathtaking beauty, yes, but also of unrelenting danger. Unless you're an experienced mountaineer with a death wish, Annapurna should stay off your itinerary. And finally, at number 1, we've got the infamous Death Valley, USA. This scorching cauldron of a place is notorious for its extreme temperatures. On a typical summer day, the mercury can skyrocket to 130 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the hottest spot on the planet. It's not just the heat that's unbearable, but the dryness as well. The valley is parched, with water as scarce as a cool breeze on a midsummer day. But Death Valley doesn't stop there. It's a place of extremes, where the scorching heat of the day gives way to frigid cold at night. The lack of any kind of civilization makes it all the more dangerous. It's a place where survival becomes a daily struggle, making it the worst place to visit. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 worst places to visit in the world. Maybe stick to the beaches and cities for your next vacation, yeah?